On making first team all league. I don't know, what your feeling was when you got that as some kind of, because you came here to do things like that from a personal level. Just what was your reaction when you learned that you were part of that, and how do you hope to build on it coming into the postseason?
Yeah, thank you. No, it felt great. I mean, it's always rewarding when you see those things. Obviously, I came here more for, a team stuff than individually. I'm not just seeking all those awards, especially coming here just for a year. But it's definitely, rewarding, and I'm very happy for Aliyah as well, and for Nika and Dorka and Aubrey. I think they all deserve all that, and I think that, but obviously for me the most important is what's coming next, but that's definitely motivating for sure.
How do you feel physically going into the postseason? Coaches talked about how much you've gotten beat up this year and bruised up and worn down. Are you refreshed? Are you ready to go? Or
Yeah, I think that mentally, I think I'm really ready, and I think that's gonna help me physically to kind of forget, sometimes the soreness and how sometimes tired I am. I think that is just the most exciting time of the year, and I'm just trying to forget the physical part and just get there and have the right mindset coming to the games.
but he's talked before about you looking like your legs weren't there because you took so much abuse and that your shot was off because of that. Can you get your shot back to where you want it to be?
Yeah, no, definitely it has had, I think, an impact on me physically, and it's not always been easy, but I'm trying, to still get my shot through that, because, I mean, whether I'm good physically or not, it's the end of the season. It's always like that for many players. Your leg get tired, especially when you have games every day or every 2 days. So it's just, you have to repeat that every day and get used to that, because it is what it is. And I'm gonna try to get my shot back and try to have fresh legs, like you can say, maybe.
Mentally, the way the teams have been playing you, we saw the frustration kind of boil over last game. But I mean, that's the way that the scouting report apparently is on you, is, bump her through the lane, don't let her, be physical all the way through. Mm-hmm. How have you adjusted to their adjustments and teams playing you that way now?
I mean, I think I've adjusted well. I know, it's a very physical game, and I know, they're playing me physical, and I take it. I mean, I think it's, I try to take it more like as a good thing than a bad thing. But obviously, sometimes there's some frustration coming up, and I have to, do a good job at keeping my composure. And I think I've been doing a good job all year at doing that, but I think that I take the challenge, and I try to still play well, even through physicality.
What are you most excited about for your first Big East tournament?
Just the tournament, playing at Mohegan Sun. I think just playing a tournament, it's always super exciting. It's after having this whole season, finally getting into the tournament is what we all wanted and what we're looking for. And having my family there, and all the fans and all that, it's just super exciting to we know it's going to be a great environment and atmosphere. So just excited to have hopefully 3 games in a row, and yeah.
What was your family's reaction to senior night, and how much this school has kind of embraced you?
They're obviously very happy, to be able to be here. I was very surprised. My sister actually surprised me from Mexico. It was planned that her and my dad were coming, but she came earlier, and she was able to walk with me in senior night. So as much for them and for me, it was very emotional, and it just kind of like conclude the year well in terms of the regular season and what I've done here. And I think they're just very grateful that and they're happy that they were a part of this and a part of the senior night, and it was just a great night, very emotional for everyone, but they're happy to be here.
Can their presence here for the postseason, or a part of it, kind of give you that extra energy and life that you need, just refresh you, or does that have to come from within or from coach? Or
it definitely has to come from myself, but I think that having my family here, it's a positive thing, and it definitely helped me to to be happier, and just because they're around, and it's especially when I haven't seen them in a long time, it's always a good thing to see them around. So it definitely gives me more energy and knowing that they're gonna be in the stands, and it's helpful. Yes.
You talked about the excitement of the postseason, the fun of the postseason, yet these are the most pressure games. Mm-hmm. How do you balance all that?
Yeah, it's definitely the time where you need to have fun, but at the same time be aware of what you're doing and doing the right thing, because it's basically win or go home. So we are aware of that. I think the whole team knows that, and we try to balance that, even through practices, knowing that it's very exciting, but that we have to take care of business.
What are your impressions of Nika and the energy that she brings? I mean, as somebody who's trying to find that energy for the postseason and refocus yourself, she just seems to bring it all the time.
She does, yeah. I think everyone obviously expects that from her, and I think she knows that, and sometimes it's good that other people also bring it, but I mean, I've always said it since I've got here in the summer that she's the core of the team that brings the energy and the leadership that everyone needs, and she's bring it whole year, and I know that especially around this time she's gonna keep bringing it.
You noticed that right away when you got here, Lou, about Nika, like she stood out to you, like?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, definitely. She's her character and personality on the court, she's not letting anything go through her, and very competitive, something that I love, especially when you're her teammate. Yeah, I saw that right away, and I saw that she was gonna be, a big leader for the team.
What makes Nika such a great passer?
Man, well, I think she's just very unselfish. You can tell. I've always said that, but you can tell that on the court I mean, sometimes there's nights where she doesn't even score just because, she's looking to pass the ball. And I think that sometimes she should look more to score. But that just shows how unselfish she is, and how, she wants to pass the ball. She wants to see other people score. And it kind of creates that bond between, her and the other girls that she passes the ball to. But she's also, I think, very smart. There's moments in practice where, we run a play, but then she would come talk to me, and she sees a possibility, an opportunity, for me to shoot or for someone else, and I think she sees the court, and she has a good vision like that of how people defend others. So I think she's very smart in that aspect of recognizing the game and adapting to it, and she's definitely I'm excited for her for the rest of the year and for next year to see what she keeps doing.
Can you talk about the bond that the international players have formed on this team, and how you guys help each other out, whether it's tax returns or dealing with visas, or just not being able to see your families and that kind of thing?
I think that that's definitely something been very helpful through my career, and especially this year having, I've never been in a team with that many internationals. So I think that sometimes it's something that even without talking about it, we know that we're there for each other, and we know that we are in the same situation. And, it's when our families are not here, it's always helpful when other teammates' families are here, and they're very supportive. And it's the same when my parents are here. If Nika's parents are not here, we try to, have everyone feel comfortable, even if some parents can't make it here. But throughout the whole year, we just we know it's not always easy, to be far from home. But I think we do a good job at just being there for each other. And I say we don't necessarily, talk about the fact that, we're not from here, but I think it's something natural that we just have that connection, and we've had it right away.
What do you think the reason is for so many international players, not just on UConn, but there's over 700 now in women's Division I basketball. Why do you think people are choosing this path rather than playing pro or going some other way?
I think that a lot of people, if I can, think of myself or others, they're very open-minded and curious, of experiencing what is basketball in another country than where they live. I think basketball here in USA is a huge thing, and people that want to take that opportunity, I think for me it's one of the best decisions they could make if they're down to do that. But and it's just to have an experience before getting into the pro level. I think that most of us, we don't want to rush and necessarily be a pro at 18 years old. I think that that time of your life when you have 4 or 5 years here where you can be with other people of your same age and still play basketball and have an education as well. I think it's very important for a lot of people, and it comes also from being curious, wanting to travel, wanting to discover a new country, and not just wanting to stay in your own world and kind of like getting out of your comfort zone. I think that's a big thing. It's been a big thing for me, transitioning, especially for my freshman year, and I think for everyone that's the case. But once you're up to getting out of your comfort zone, that's I think when you can gain more experience and become more mature too.
Speaking of international, UConn just unveiled that all of you guys, international kids, have the new NIL merch.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to see your name on stuff on jerseys, and your family was all wearing your merch on senior night?
I think that's amazing, that we're able, even if we can't really have NIL deals and all that, to find ways to still have that with the school and with all the merch, and to see our names like that, for me and for everyone. I think international or not, I think that's a great idea to have those jerseys, those for the families, our friends. I mean, I remember my family was asking, hey, can we have this? Can we have this? And it's just, I think it will leave great memories. Once I leave, they'll have it forever. And I think that it's amazing that to see my parents and my family having all my friends having all those merch and wearing that games. It's a good feeling.
Have you seen it around campus yet? Just people you don't even know wearing your stuff?
Not really. Most of the time it's mainly my family, but I've seen it on social media sometimes, and it's great to see that.
When Coach says that the team as it exists right now, if you don't add players or something doesn't change, you can't live up to the tradition of this program and go to the Final Four again. How does that make you feel, and how do you cope with that or deal with it among each other and decide, we're going to prove him wrong, or we do have something to...
Yeah, I think it's definitely a boost for us, that it's a way also of showing that I think he still believes in us, and I think it's just, he cares so much about us that he doesn't want us to be in this situation, and it's a way for us to have a wake-up call and, realizing that we can prove him wrong and we can prove everyone wrong, that we can go very far in the season, and even with the season we've had and the last couple weeks rough stretch that we've had. I think I personally take it as motivation. I think the whole team does too, that we're still capable of doing great things, even with those last couple of games.
Like even after the South Carolina game, you had said, we'll win next time. You just have this confidence about you or this team?
Yeah, no, I think it's very important, especially after losses, to keep having that confidence. Otherwise, if you don't have that confidence for the next games, it's gonna get harder. So I think it's just better to keep having that confidence among the team and being confident that we can get far and we can still achieve great things even after losses.
What's it like coming from another program, coming to a place where the expectations are that it's like Final Four or bust here? Obviously, at most schools, having a year like you guys had, a regular season championship and 25 wins and all of that, be considered unbelievably good. And here, it's like your coach is saying, "Oh, we're not living up to the program expectations at this point." It's
definitely, very different than what I've, experienced in my past few years. But I think for me, I try to take step by step, and obviously we want to live up to the standard, and we know that there's high expectation, and we obviously want to achieve everything that UConn have been achieving, in the past years. But I think that instead of taking it as a pressure, we just want to, live up to that standard and keep doing great things. with the whole team. And for me, it's my first time that actually my second time that going to the NCAA tournament, and I just seeing that as something that very exciting and very fortunate to be able to do that twice in my college career.